favourite records! I was brought up on the Beatles, then I went off to grammar school, got into all that progressive crap. Nowadays I would have to deny it all. I mention this because it came up in conversation the other night in the old King Lud. I was having a beer with Glenn Bedwin. He's an expert. He's got all the original releases on the legendary White Flamingo label. Must be worth a fortune. Oh, we had a few beers, £1.20 a pint. It got us talking about favourite records. I said, Glenn, I'll tell you about some of my favourite records. Yeah, I was racking my brain for some of my favourite records. Goodbye, cruel world. I'm off to join the circus. A chilling suicide note from James Darren. That was my first ever record. Followed shortly by Foot Tapper, The Shadows, and the Beatles singing Mr. Moonlight. We'll skip over the progressive era, straight into the first Roxy LP. Ah, what's this? Ah, Syd Barrett, The Madcap Laughs. Not everybody like that. And then, here's my favourite punk records. Penetration by Penetration. Ain't Got a Clue by The Lurkers. And Nasty Nasty in its original picture sleeve, singing 999. This Sporting Life by the Mekons, saw their first gig. From the same era, Rasputin by Boney M. Oh, and The Damned, Neat, Neat, Neat. That's so good, I could eat my favourite records. Dear Fluff, love the show. Thought I'd write and let you know about some of my favourite records, alright? Not half. Dear Fluff, I love the show. Tell you what, thought you'd like to know about some of my favourite records, alright? Not half. Oh, hot figures. There it was, 10 years ago. And an all major number. You know recent what, records. Right. Recent records like Cud, Only a Prawn in Whitby. Especially like the bit where he goes, I'm only a prawn in Whitby. And what's this? Oh, great, Ted Chippington's non-stop party hits from the 50s, 60s and 70s. And here's one of my favourite records. Frank Sidebottom's Indie Medley. Free Flexi from Blah Blah Blah. Ah, Satellite by the Sex Pistols. That always was one of my favourite records. Here's a rare one. Eno and the Winkers, 7 Deadly Things. Oh, and look at this. Native Hipsters, There Goes Concord Again. Most of my records are by The Fall. These are my favourite Fall records. I'll Leave the Capital. Paintwork. Demo Suzuki. The Classical! Ah, Words of Expectation. Only got that on tape. Jew on a Motorbike. Will's like a lot of other people. He prefers early Fall. Biz Slate's era. But for me, they just get better and better. I'm gonna play Will Moleskine Tyrrell. Says he's not gonna like it, but he will. Why shouldn't he? He liked that live tape. He loved Dragnet. Yeah. And me too. They're amongst my favourite records. A favourite record that I don't know. Frankie Howard, The Three Little Fishes. Some of Will's favourite records.
Ah, Looking Like a Bimbo by Willie Alexander and the Boom Boom Band. Golden Scarab LP by Rain Mandrake. Everything by the Stooges and the MC5. Hold a Lover by The Fall. Groovy Ruby, Johnny Moped. Kites, Simon Dupree and the Big Sound. Love Story, The Lurkers. Courts or Wars, Second Layer. London Boys, Johnny Thunders.
Our least favourite records. The sort you hear around other people's houses. Voyage of the Acolyte, Layla, Rumours, charity records. Back to favourites though, and this one here. This has to be, out of all of those, this must be my favourite record.
Back home, they'll be thinking about us while we are far away. Back home, they'll be watching and waiting with every game we play. Once more, we'll be robbing a jewelry store. We'll be saying our names back and we'll be